Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So co-presidents Donald Trump and Elon Musk seem hell-bent on trying to kill the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Mr. Musk tweeted CFPB RIP and delete the CFPB. Administration operatives evidently ordered everyone to leave the building and then locked the doors and told people not to do any work anywhere. Now, Mr. McKernan, you've been nominated to run this agency where Elon Musk has told everyone to do nothing. You know, it kind of feels like you've been lined up to be the #1 horse at the glue factory. So I just want to start with some basics here. Mr. McKernan, would you agree that running an agency means carrying out the core functions of that agency laid out in law?
Yes, as the director, you are tasked with some very specific statutory responsibilities. Those are mandatory, not optional.
Okay, well, let's talk about what it means then to follow the law. Congress writes the law, the executive branch carries out those laws, and the judicial branch is there to tell them if the administrative branches overstep their authorities. You know, it's kind of basic schoolhouse rock, separation of powers stuff. There are at least 88 specific obligations in the Dodd-Frank Act that the CFPB is legally obligated to perform. Congress doesn't suggest that the CFPB do these things or ask the CFPB to do these things. Congress mandates it. So let's hit some of the highlights. Section 1021 of the Dodd-Frank Act says that the CFPB must, quote, implement and enforce federal consumer financial laws consistently for the purpose of ensuring that all consumers have access to markets for consumer financial products and services, and that markets for consumer financial products and services are fair, transparent, and competitive. Mr. McKernan, if confirmed, will you implement and enforce the law so that everyone has fair access to financial products like credit cards and mortgages?
Yes, Ranking Member, as I said in my opening statement, I'm fully committed to following the law fully and faithfully. That includes performing each of the statutory.
What about Section 1013 of Dodd-Frank, which requires the CFPB to maintain, quote, a single toll-free number, a website, and a database, close quote, to collect consumer complaints about financial products or services, respond, quote, timely to those complaints, and share the consumer complaint data with other federal and state agencies. Mr. McKernan, will you follow the law and maintain the CFPB's consumer complaint hotline so that consumers have somewhere to go when they have a problem with their banks or their mortgage lenders?
Ranking Member, as you point out, both Section 1021C and also Section 1022, or I think it's 1023, both task the CFPB with responsibilities relating to consumers. Great. Those are mandatory. If confirmed, I'll follow the law.
Great. Under Section 1013 of Dodd-Frank, the CFPB must maintain an Office of Service Member Affairs for both veterans and active duty military who get cheated, an Office of Financial Protection for older Americans to provide financial counseling and help seniors recognize the warning signs of financial scams, and a student loan office to assist with borrower complaints. Mr. McKernan, if confirmed, do you intend to follow the law and maintain those offices?
Each of the offices I think you mentioned is mandated by statute.
Okay.
It's my understanding those are mandatory, and yes, I'll follow the law.
Okay. So we have the statutory obligations. We've got, like I said, we don't have time to go through all 88 of them. But let me ask you, Mr. McKernan, how do you plan to run the CFPB legally when Elon Musk has told every one of its 1,700 employees to do nothing?
Ranking Member, I'm not sure if I agree with the premise that all employees are told to do nothing. I think, you know, I don't know the nuances.
Well, I'm not asking nuance here. All 1,700 employees have been locked out of the building and told to do nothing, and if they hear that another employee is doing something, to report them to DOJ.
Ranking Member, I don't know the specifics of the mandate, but I'm fairly certain there were exceptions there. Indeed, to get my application processed so I could get here today, my application had to go through the CFPB's.
So you say somebody's doing something. Okay, let me ask it the other way then. You say you want to follow the law. In order to fulfill the legal obligations of the CFPB, do you commit, if confirmed, as soon as you are sworn in, to immediately lift the stop work order?
If confirmed, I'm going to follow the law. The specifics of that, I'm going to have to get advised on the specifics of the situation there. But again, the North Star here is you got to follow the law, fully and faithfully execute the statute. I take that very seriously as a former congressional staffer. I'm an Article I guy. I'm going to make sure the CFPB performs each of its statutorily performed functions.
You follow the law, then we'll all be good.
That was 13 questions in 5 minutes. You did a really good
Yeah,
job.
it's a new record.